I'm not proud of how lonely I got after my breakup. I'm 40, I work in tech, and most days I barely talk to anyone outside of work. My friends are all married or busy with kids, and honestly, I just wanted someone to talk to. So yeah, I downloaded Tinder. Most of the profiles looked fake filters, gym selfies, or people who were clearly way too young for me. Then I came across Darla. She looked real, like a normal person. Her pictures weren't perfect, but they felt honest. There was something in her smile, something warm. She had a photo of herself cooking, another of her sitting on a porch of this old wooden house. We matched almost instantly. Her first message was short but nice. "Hey, you look kind." We started talking that night and just didn't stop. Every evening after work, I'd check my phone, and there she was. She told me she lived a little outside the city, taking care of her sick granddad. Said she didn't really go out much because of him. The more we talked, the more real she felt. She asked about my job, my past relationship, my dog that died 2 years ago. It didn't feel like chatting with a stranger. It felt like someone actually listening. Then, about a week in, she texted me, "Grandpa's asleep early tonight. You should come over. I'll cook for you." At first, I thought she was joking. I mean, I'd never met her in person. But she sent me her address and said she'd make her famous stew. I don't know what got into me, but I said yes. I guess part of me just wanted to believe that something good could happen again. It was already dark when I left. Her house was almost an hour away, somewhere deep past the edge of town. No street lights, barely any signal. My GPS stopped working halfway there, and I had to follow her directions from the texts. When I finally pulled up, my headlights hit this old farmhouse, same one from her photos. It looked nice but worn out, like it hadn't been painted in years. The porch light flickered. I texted her, "I'm here." She replied almost instantly, "Doors open." "Come in." I remember feeling weird about that. "No, be right down. No, give me a sec, just come in." But I did it anyway. Inside it smelled like dust and something sour, maybe mold or old food. The lights were low, mostly candles on a table. I called out, "Darla?" Nothing. I took a few steps in, the floorboards creaking under my feet. Then I heard it, slow footsteps from upstairs. Heavy ones. I froze. My phone buzzed, a new message from her. It said, "You made it." I looked up toward the staircase, trying to see if someone was there. That's when an old man's voice came from the shadows. "Darla's not here." I almost dropped my phone. He stepped forward, pale skin, shaking hands, wearing an old bathrobe. "She left years ago," he said. "She died in this house." I didn't say a word. I just turned and ran. I don't even remember getting back to my car. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely put the keys in. When I finally drove off, I looked at my phone again. Her Tinder profile was gone. Every single message we'd sent, deleted. It was like she never existed.
It started with a Tinder match. His name was Liam. He said he was a photographer, the artsy kind, into portraits and abandoned places. His pictures were actually good, not like those guys flexing in mirrors or holding fish. He seemed chill, funny, and a bit awkward, which I liked. We texted for a few days, and then he asked if I wanted to do a photo shoot. He said, "You've got that kind of face that tells a story." I laughed it off, but I agreed. He offered to pick me up, since the place was a bit out of town. I told a friend I was going, just in case, safety stuff, and then I got in his car. He was exactly like his photos, tall, quiet, polite. We drove for almost an hour before he turned onto this narrow dirt road surrounded by trees. I started feeling a bit uneasy, so I asked, "Where exactly are we going?" He smiled and said, "It's a great old house, perfect light for portraits." When we got there, the place looked straight out of a horror movie, an old wooden house, windows boarded up, paint peeling off. He said the owners had abandoned it years ago. Inside, it was cold and smelled like rot. Sunlight came through the broken windows, making the dust float in the air. He set up his tripod and told me to stand near a window. At first, It was fine. He told me how to pose. Look left, tilt your chin, close your eyes. But then he started taking photos even when I wasn't ready, whispering things like, perfect, don't move. After a while, I got this weird feeling, like someone else was in the room. I turned around and saw another camera set up behind me recording. I hadn't noticed it before. I asked, why do you have that? He smiled, not a friendly smile, and said, for the real moments. That's when I decided I'd had enough. I told him I wanted to leave. He didn't argue, just kept clicking the camera. Then he said quietly, you look just like her. I froze. Like who? I asked. He didn't answer. He just looked at me through the lens and whispered, she didn't want to be here either. I turned and ran out the door, down the dirt road, straight into the trees. I didn't even look back. I just kept running until I saw the main road. Some guy driving by stopped and helped me. When the cops went to check the place, it was empty. No Liam, no cameras, nothing. Even his Tinder profile was gone, like it never existed. But here's the part that still keeps me up at night. A week later, I got an envelope in the mail. No return address. Inside was a printed photo of me, standing by that window, eyes closed. At the bottom, written in red ink, it said, perfect.
I'm 19, just started college, and honestly, I wasn't looking for anything serious. I downloaded Tinder mostly out of boredom, just to see who was around. That's how I met him. His name was Tyler. His bio said he was 24, studying business at a nearby university. He looked normal, cute even. Not like the creepy older guys or gym bros you usually see. We matched on a Friday night. He messaged me first. You've got the kind of smile that makes people forget what they were saying. Cheesy. Yeah, but it made me laugh. We talked for hours. He said he liked reading, hiking, and old horror movies. He wasn't pushy, didn't ask weird stuff, just felt genuine. Over the next week, we kept talking every morning, every night. Then one night he texted, you should come watch a movie with me sometime. I'll cook. I said maybe. He didn't push. He just said, no pressure. When you're ready. The next day, I mentioned him to my roommate, Lily. She asked to see his profile, and when I showed her, she went pale. Wait, what's his name again? I told her Tyler. She got quiet, really quiet. Then she said, my stepmom's new husband. His name's Tyler. He looks just like that. We laughed it off. I mean, what were the chances, right? But then she showed me a photo of him from Facebook, and it was him. Same face, same smile, even the same hoodie. I blocked him immediately. No message. No warning. Just gone. 2 nights later, around midnight, I got a text from an unknown number. Why'd you block me? No name. But I knew it was him. I didn't reply. 5 minutes later, another text. You shouldn't have told her. I turned off my phone and tried to sleep, but I kept hearing sounds outside my window like footsteps on the gravel. The next morning, I went out to my car and saw something taped to my windshield. It was a photo of me and Lily sitting in the dorm lobby the day before. No note. Just a picture. We called campus security, but by the time they checked the cameras, whoever left it was gone. A week later, Lily went home for the weekend. She texted me in all caps. He's here. I called her, panicking. She said he was at her house, her stepmom's husband, sitting on the couch, watching TV, like nothing happened. When she confronted him, he just smiled and said, I was only trying to get to know her. That night, Lily moved out. I never heard from Tyler again. His Tinder account disappeared, and his number stopped working. But sometimes late at night, I still get those random calls, no voice, just breathing. And I swear, it sounds like him.